again, I really salute you, like, cause you for us represent that next wave of people who are gonna like show people the way. And that shit is important for us.
How do we get there when you don't own the supermarket?
You don't. I think if you don't want to go work with the supermarket, then you shouldn't wish for things that come with the supermarket.
Speaking of working with the supermarket, last time we talked, you sent a message out to someone.
Yeah.
Very important. And you were like, nah, I need to talk to him.
Yeah.
What is staff doing? Like, the people that work for you are a reflection of you. Like,
right.
Did you ever get that conversation?
No.
No.
What are we talking about? You want to clear that up?
I think
Jay-Z.
it'll happen. The universe will align it if it's meant to happen.
If it's meant to happen.
It might be one of those things where a nigga like, fuck that nigga. You know, and I understand that too. I get both sides of it. So You feel me? No, it didn't happen. But yeah, I understand whether it does or whether it doesn't. You feel me?
Run the situation for people.
He got a Roc Nation contract with no numbers in it. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure someone made a mistake.
Yeah.
But at the same time, that's a representation of your business. So
yeah. I'm not sure if someone made a mistake or not, but you feel me? It's just like
contract.
It is what it is. But I get it. You know, even then, like I'm grateful for any attempt to help that anyone has given me. You know, at this point, like back then, I felt the way because of who it is and how it was. But it's like, that shit don't even be personal. A nigga was probably just trying to help in a way that he seemed fit. But for me, it wasn't fit. You feel me? So it's like, it is what it is.
Since then, though, you've done business with Live Nation, correct?
Yeah.
How was that? How was it?
Not Roc Nation, no. Live Nation. Live
right.
Nation is the live performance promotion.
Right.
Roc Nation is like a bridge between Live Nation and Roc. No, they're completely different entities.
No, Roc Nation is more management, right? And then Live Nation.
Roc Nation is a label.
I never looked at them like a label.
Roc Nation is a full service label. They have artists signed to them.
I was always under the impression that there was more of management. I don't know.
They do management as well, but they got a full label with artists. Yeah.
People, to the artists who are watching this, just remember, the culture of business is not to help you. The culture of business is to make the best deal possible for yourself. For yourself. Not for the person across the table from you. It's for you. You're supposed to make the best deal you can for you. And it doesn't matter how ignorant the other person is, how unknowledgeable they may be. The goal is to make the best deal for you. And there's nothing personal in that. So if somebody is coming at you with a contract that doesn't have any numbers in it, you have to understand that they're doing that because they believe this is the best thing that they can do for them. And they think they can get away with it. They're trying it because they think it's going to work.
I mean, and
I want to say for the record,
you go high level,
Mac, I told you write those numbers in, so don't put me in that category. You know what I'm saying? I told him write it in. You get that, right? Just write it in.
Everybody's supposed to do what's best for them.
And when you go high level, like it's just an offer, right? And it is no deeper than the offer. For me, it's deeper than the offer because I'm who I am. So it's like if I go offer something, I'm going to be, you know, even with my young homies that it's like, it's a different situation we've aligned because it's like, I care. And not to say that a nigga don't care, but it's just like everybody does differently with their business.
The research should have told them to offer you something different than what they did based on your background, based on what you bring in, et cetera, et cetera. Business-wise, the offer came across uneducated, coming across like they don't know who you are.
Right.
Am I right?
But sometimes
agree or disagree?
See,
this is the part that had me like, I don't fully agree because when the second offer came, it was more reflective. It was just like, why isn't this the one I received initially, right? That was the only part that had me like, it's already a discomfort.
Right.
And since it's this discomfort, and I ain't got to talk the whole process. Like a nigga that hit me like, man, I want you to come over here, nothing. But I also understand that it's like you empower people to run that side of it. It was just like it just wasn't for me.
Because when you think about it, because I've been in negotiations with certain situations, and just the way it was handled, even though it might have gotten to a point where I could consider what you're offering, the way it was handled, and knowing that we would be engaged in business
Makes you uncomfortable
for a couple of years, and you handle this like this, I wouldn't want to keep going through that.
That's what it was.
So sometimes it is better, you know, if you're a business, to put your best foot forward, because not everybody's. Some people believe in themselves. You know what I'm saying? Some people believe in themselves,
right?
And it's like, nah, I can do better than this, and I'm gonna figure out how.
And that's the thing. And I feel like you have that due diligence to do better for those people that are better and believe in themselves. Like when you know something is the next thing, and it's like, bro, it's very clear. That's why we here. You know, I think those come with an extra due diligence. That's like you don't treat it like everything else. But I guess some would say it's like you do. You treat it like, you know, everybody's different in their perspective on it.
Calculated risk. And somebody made a calculated risk and they bet wrong. They bet wrong. Somebody thought that maybe I can get away with this. Maybe they didn't do the research. Maybe they just handed you something blank just because let's just get them in here.
But it always depends on your situation.
Totally.
Like, if you're not self-sustained, or you know you're having nightmares of the bills to come, sometimes it's like I feel like I gotta take this and figure it out.
Man, I was like still in that state during that time. You feel me? It was like I was still in a working state. You feel me? It's like I didn't take that deal and I had to go show. Do you feel me?
Right. Put
more work in. So I wasn't in a state where I was comfortable or able to chill. It was just like it wasn't worth that risk. You feel me? Because the thing is, like, once you sign a deal, you kind of stop your motion for a bit, depending on how the relationship is going into the deal. Like, you know, it'd be a hindrance to a lot of artists, because now you got to wait to get indoctrinated into a system. And then you have to, it's a different process now with you releasing. Instead of you just releasing, you got to submit it. And submit it with this, and then they got to go. It's just...
sometimes it's a month turnaround to get a budget for a video.
Or longer.
And it might have been a song that was supposed
perfect
to
at
hit
the time.
right then and there.
Perfect
moments.
At the time.
But you got to wait for that budget or spend your own bread and kind of wait till they hit you back with it later. Joyner Lucas was here and he was talking a lot about that and how much he kind of like loathed the situation that he was in. Because he felt like because he was a rapper, a lot of people didn't believe in him. And on top of that, the business and the structure of it didn't make sense for what was going on right now.
Yeah, and I think that's for any artist who's a rapper's rapper. It's like the music business is built around hit songs. Like that's what they want, because that's what brings in all the money. And they like the passive rappers revenue and that too to come around, but they like the hits because they like, nigga, we could flip $1 million and make 100.
Right.
Off this one, we're gonna give you $1 million and we might make 4. But if we put it in that one, we're gonna make 100. And somebody had to break that down to me to like, it's like any investor is gonna look like that. If I could spend 1 and make 100 or 1 and make 10, I'm gonna probably choose 100 if I'm in a money-driven state. If I'm one of these niggas who like, nah, I'm in the business to, you know, because I'm passionate, then I'm gonna take the 10 because it means more to me. But them niggas is like, bro, we turning 1 to 100, nigga.
But the problem with that is the life expectancy on that is not as long as
it's not sustainable.
The guys who
they don't need it
who
to
are still touring 20, 30 years later.
Because they made 100. They like, nigga, with this 100 that I took off 1, I'm gonna make 10 more that's gonna last me the next, you know? So it's like you could there's several ways to get to 30 years, right? One is like straight 30, one is 5 years 6 times, one is 10 years 3 times. You feel me? So you get to determine how they want to get there. They're just taking the shorter route to get to the same destination.
Right.
I think the problem we're running into now is the shorter route is the one is the only one that they're interested in. They're not going after the guy who's gonna have a 10, 20-year career and you're being business with him for the life of his career because you're treating him right. He's making $4 million, you're making $4 million, everybody's happy. You profiting 8.
It's probably a bigger risk.
But if I get, and this is the most insidious part of it for me, is the fact that the thing that made me $100 million at one time, I can find that dude anywhere. Anywhere. I can manufacture 100 of those.
Yeah.
I can find those every place.
And they do.
And keep making that same 100. Meanwhile, this other dude has had a career for 20 plus years, doing his 1, 2, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 25 years, 100 albums later, millions sold, millions this, millions that.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, having one nigga who made 100 million versus having 100 niggas who made 30, it's like their math is like, nigga, that don't add up for what we after.
It just feels like greed to them.
It is.
It feels this pure greed.
It is.
And
it definitely is.
It's a culture killer. Greed kills culture. You can't. Those two don't mix.
Right.
They don't mix because culture is not something you can microwave.
That's why we got to be cautious on who we sell culture to. But like back then when they was selling everything, niggas, that was the first time niggas was realizing they could sell their companies, you know, after they built something. They're like, nigga, you gonna write me a check for 100 of them things? So it's like, of course, like, but going forward, it's like that that we have to be cognizant of, and we often do it. Like Timberland and Swiss is just now getting verses back because it's like they sold culture, and that's it's hard to turn down 100 M's.